The Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas has historically been one of the biggest, if not the biggest, events in the tech calendar to showcase new technologies. However, in recent years, it's moved rather more towards incremental improvements and small changes to existing technologies rather than reinventing technology whole cloth. The CES 2020 has been no different in that regard, with several technologies moving on slightly, but no big new game changers out there. One of the most promising areas of this incremental and background innovation is in the development of LiDAR systems, which are a key component in autonomous vehicles. The use of light-based radar systems to make sure that the vehicles can detect objects. One of the best examples of this is the RoboSense LiDAR, which is intended to support robotic taxi development, showing one of the more specific use cases of this technology. And that's only a handful of what were many announcements from many vendors. Perhaps the most interesting of these has been the Vision S concept car from Sony, which won't actually enter production, but is intended to show that Sony was a viable partner to produce sensors for the autonomous vehicle space, building on its existing camera sensor technology and positioning Sony as an ideal partner in this space. Perhaps the most ambitious out there was Hyundai and Uber's SA1 flying taxi, which is due for production in 2023, which is only 8 years behind Back to the Future's timeline. We've also seen the rollout of several technologies for 5G. Now that the operators are deploying base stations so that the new standard can be used, the technology vendors are deploying things to support it. So we've got 5G 8K streaming TVs from Sharp and some other TVs that are meant to take advantage of that technology. There's a 5G laptop from Lenovo, and both Verizon and OnePlus are showcasing mid-range 5G phones. Last year, it was confined pretty much to flagships, and a handful of flagships at that. So we've seen the groundwork being laid here for a wider deployment of 5G phones alongside 5G routers and small cell technologies, showing that the infrastructure for this is starting to build, and we can start to see some more concrete applications coming for 5G in the next year. Smart home innovation has also been a key to CES in the past few years, and that's died back a little bit this year. There's not been quite the array of connected appliances and utensils and the like that we've seen previously. However, there is quite a prominent streak of surveillance technologies that's been part of the smart home at this point, with cameras coming particularly to the fore in light of concerns about security and so on. Apple's appearance at CES for the first time in probably more than a decade at this point was followed by a wide array of HomeKit devices on show as well, in a way that we haven't seen in previous years. This is likely on the heels of the announcement of a Zigbee-based standard being developed across different smart home providers in December. So Apple is keen to get involved with that standard now that it's clearly a part of it.